during a back and forth with reporters inside the Oval Office. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get through it without laughing so I can at least get to the fun part. But during this back and forth with reporters in the Oval Office this week, Donald Trump asked a question that kind of left the room a little quiet because they weren't sure how to respond to it, but it left the internet rolling with laughter. And the question that Donald Trump asked when he was talking to reporters, he had just suspended the tariffs, except he didn't actually suspend the tariffs because there's still a 10% baseline tariff in effect. So the tariffs are not gone. They're just less than they had been. But anyway, he started talking about how Biden's to blame for all of this, right? Biden, who didn't sign any trade deals while president, unlike Donald Trump, who signed one and has on at least 2 separate occasions asked reporters like, what idiot would sign this? Well, the question he posed on Wednesday was kind of the same thing. After calling himself an idiot twice so far through this administration, Donald Trump then asked reporters, quote, how do you get to be president and you're stupid? I would think you, of all people, would not want to ask that question, right? Like, how can a stupid person get this job? You tell us, Donald. Explain how you did it. Because that's you. You know, Donald Trump has inflicted enormous harm on the United States since coming back into office. He hasn't even been in there for 3 months yet. But I will say, one of my favorite things about him, one of the things that genuinely brings me joy, is the fact that this man has no self-awareness whatsoever. Like, absolutely none. Like, how do you get to be president and you're stupid? First of all, just linguistically, you wouldn't say, how do you get to be president and you're stupid? It would be, how do you get to be president if you're stupid? Okay, just it's nails on a chalkboard for me. That is how you would say that sentence properly if you weren't stupid. I mean, we can just listen to you talk, buddy, and we hear the stupidity dripping out of your mouth every time you open it. It's really just amazing to behold. So here's the thing. He again, like I said, he lacks the self-awareness. He's asking, like, how can you do this job if you're stupid? Well, you're doing it, so there you go. But he also loves to attack other people for their appearance. He likes to call other people fat. He likes to call other people low IQ. All of these things that he projects onto others are things that I do believe he feels about himself. There is no way he genuinely lacks self-awareness to that degree. So I do think, if I can put on my little, therapist hat here, I think all of this is just pure projection, right? Biden is stupid. That's why he didn't do any of the things that I'm saying he did. In fact, I actually did them, but he's dumb. No, Biden is not stupid. Biden is a lot of things, but he's not stupid. You are. You're good at real estate. Maybe. I don't know. I mean, there's a lot of fraud there. Let's be honest. I don't even know if you're good at that. You're good at manipulating people. Absolutely. But genuine, actual intelligence, knowing things, problem-solving skills, you don't have them. Like, they do not exist in your brain because you were born in the lap of luxury, so you never had to develop those things. A lot of that does have to do with your upbringing. And I think you resent that to a degree. So when you see somebody smarter than you, you get jealous. When you see somebody better looking than you, you get jealous. So that's why you immediately go to these childish insults like, well, this person's stupid. This person's ugly. It's because you feel those things about yourself. But you can't process your feelings, so you project them onto others. Again, not a therapist, but that is what I would have to say if I were one. This man is just absolutely drowning in self-loathing and doesn't know how to process it. Thanks for watching today, everybody. And don't forget, if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel. We have fresh content going up every single day, and I would really hate for you to miss out on that. And speaking of missing out, if you're not following me across all other social media outlets, then get on it. You can follow the links in the description of this video.